Okay, what we got today? I don't see. Maybe we could do poison, but the poison portal's moving away. I'll take the light portal. We do have Meryl. Gives us access to baby. Alright. Good. We got ghosts. I think we'll take the seed, I guess. We'll start with the bugs. Okay. Could build the protective pads for sound normal stuff. But I don't know if anyone's going to be playing that in this match. Knowing my luck, they will. Could get Swaddle. And I'll hold Swaddle. Okay, I'll grab another seed. I could play some grass, I guess. We're in grass region. Gonna have to do this. Okay. I'll grab this. New patch soon? Great. I'm glad. I hope they do something about the normal attunement. Normal is just crazy right now, especially partnered with sound. I didn't watch I noticed they had a stream earlier today, I think. They were probably talking about it, right? I'll do this. Okay, what are we playing? We got ground, fire, fairy fighting ground. There's a normal. Okay, well, we got the protective pads. Okay. We should be good for a bit. Just using the Ladybug to proc Squeedle. I wish we got another one, but just partnering the fighting synergy with our 2 here. We got 3 grass, which is good. I think I might make this my carry. I'm not entirely sure though. Yeah, I know. I literally had a match that I played where there were like 5 people in the lobby, or like 5 or 6 people playing normal sound. I think one of them was not playing normal; they were just playing sound. But somehow, all the top 4, I got eliminated. But all the people that were in the top 4 were normal sound. Somehow they were still tripping over each other's units, but they were still all able to manage to get in the top. Crazy how powerful it is right now. And it kind of came out of nowhere. I guess people weren't experimenting enough early on in the patch to like discover it, because I've only really noticed it within the last couple of the last 2 or 3 weeks. People have kind of caught on to it. Because I didn't see it much before then. And I'm not experienced enough in playing normal that I feel comfortable actually picking it up. So I'm just hoping they nerf it so I don't have to deal with it anymore. I guess we're gonna still go down the grass path. Let's pick up this. We can stick it in. Do we want Bulbasaur? Yeah, the biggest problem with sound is that it doesn't have a lot of frontliners, unless you get some of the extras. So it doesn't have the defensive capability to hold the front, and you really need them to be able to. You need something to hold the front so that you can get all the casts off to proc the sound synergy over and over again. That's what I at least noticed. And the thing about normal sound is you're getting all that extra shield, so it doesn't even really matter if you have a front line or not. Yeah, there's a lot of glass cannons in sound. Because every time I've tried to play sound, I've only got it to work if I get the sound baby in the front, or I do get the nuts and get a really good sound normal team. And that's pre this normal patch with the new Scarf items. So that was probably a mistake. Whatever. I want this in instead. Who was looking at me? I think it was this guy. Yeah, the normal guy's in the bottom. We got a normal wild. Got normal here too. Okay, I guess we're going grass bug. Yeah, I tried it. I think I tried it day 1 of the patch. I tried doing a pure normal team. I might have published the video with it. Do I want Hydra Apple? Or do I just want the bugs? Nah, I'll do the Hydra Apple. I'm gonna need to get cooking in though. Okay. 1 second. Oh shit. Roll past it. There it is. No, not gonna get it in time. Dang it. Yeah. Yeah, I got an, I think it was a 7 normal game. I think that was like one of the only times I've splashed normal a little bit. There's definitely some really good items, especially what I can see, the Seed Big Eater, the Big Eater belt, and the attack speed one are like the 2 most common that I see people using. Those, I think that the scalability on the attack speed one, since it like infinitely scales, is really good, and the Mach band just has a lot of raw stats on it, I think, and then the stat debuff switcher or whatever also like makes up for a lot of power capabilities. Let's grab this. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's also that you get like pretty powerful items essentially for just one component, which is really good. Guess I'll drop this for now so I can get my money back up. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna need to maybe waste these Dittos. I need this thing evolved since it has our items on it. Yeah, this guy's got the Big Eater. 50 HP, this, and then the stat switcher thing's pretty good. Okay, let's grab... Yeah, but I honestly think the Fossil Stone normal thing is honestly the weakest of all the items, because I think all it's doing is giving you shield and the normal synergy for a unit. In comparison to the other items, it's definitely not as strong, but yeah, I guess it can help you out in a pinch if you need it to activate. Okay, I'm gonna do this, because we need the power on the board. And then I'll also stick this here. Okay, this guy's doing the sound stuff. Good thing I built my protective pads. Okay. Probably want... Do we want the tank app one? Which one do you need for that one? I think I might build the tank app one. That way I can re-put back in this. Yeah, there's clearly some items that are like on the lower end, but there's a couple that I think they just need to touch the mock ribbon and the big eater belt somehow. And I feel like the power level of grass or sorry, normal will get dropped a bit. Okay, we need to switch this around. Ooh, shiny. Okay, we'll put you in. Did I end up getting grass region? No, I didn't. That's bad. I wanted the grass bug. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this on it too. Yeah, yeah, I don't mind that one. Ooh, okay. Let's do this. Yeah. It's pretty good at protecting. I just if you notice when you play matches, like so much of the time, it's always the same two items: the big eater belt and the mock band, all the time, every single time. I think like I clearly don't know because I haven't played normal enough to actually like know. It's just I've seen a lot of games with normal players. I'm not an expert at playing normal whatsoever. I barely touched it at all since it came out because I'm a little too I think I've played like 3 games since they've made the change as normal, and one I did all right with, and then the other 2 I just got crushed. So I've been kind of avoiding touching it, but I totally can see that it is an issue. But as I said, someone discovered the secret, and then I just only noticed it in like the last week and a half or so that like people have been spamming normal constantly, normal and normal sound especially because it has so much durability with and then getting the stacking attack speed and attack damage buffs from sound. Yeah. Well, yeah. Definitely playing in Classic, if you are playing Classic, is a little bit different than playing in Ranked, because people aren't as experienced, so typically the matches go on a little bit longer because people aren't doing the correct things early enough that everyone's losing HP faster. But basically, since I've noticed that, you know, normal sound has been being used so much, I've been pretty much just picking up protective pads constantly almost every game I play. I have to find something I can put it on. Okay. Am I gonna want some kind of like caster backline to make up for the fact that I'm so melee focused? Maybe I should get a spoon. We'll make a Soldu or something. Oh, this is going to be a last item thing anyways. This is just going to be an extra component. Maybe I should have picked the heart scale instead. Okay. Just hold on to the berries for now. Oh, cool, we have the steel grass. Okay, well, we're close to Luyaho. We're still on the top. Kind of weirdly enough, because I've been kind of distracted talking to you. I haven't really been paying attention to what I'm doing. Yeah. I just have a pretty good core with Applin with really good tank items and decent damage items. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm at least gonna go 7 grass, probably. I don't know about 9 grass, because I'm going to have to get back into grass region if I want to do that, because I need another bug. And we didn't get any of the extra grass bugs. So I'm going to need Burmy grass. Or, yeah, if I'm going to go 9. Either that or I need a grass stone. Should I put this in? I think it could be good. It definitely has a lot of raw stats on it. It's going to be better than this for now. I think this thing's still pretty good, though. Vertical grass has never stood out too. Yeah, I'm an experienced grass player. I've been playing grass a lot. I really like grass. The major issue with grass is that it basically has 2 routes kind of simultaneously going down, and it has the monster grass type route, which is mostly frontline melee units, and like the fighting ones, and then it has the floral grass units that are all like backline casters. So, and they're both individually separate routes of grass. So you're kind of leaning into one or the other, and then you have the weakness of one or the other, and then you can kind of splash some of them with each other. But the bigger issue is that the grass legendaries are not the greatest, and that the grass bonus, being a defensive bonus healing you every 2 seconds, doesn't scale as well. Now that Overgrow is in the game, because it used to only go up to 7 before, now that Overgrow is in the game, you get that chunk of ability power. It's definitely a lot better. And when they added the, because this guy was only added like 2 patches ago, when they added this and allowed a grass field to be a permanent thing that you can add to your team, it definitely pushed the damage output of grass a little bit higher. But the big issue with grass is that the grass legendaries, I like that Ogerpon got moved from unique to legendary, because Ogerpon was always, in my opinion, the best unique. But like Kartana's fine, but it's not good because it's a grass unit. It's just a decent unit. This new one is a good, decent tank. I've never really liked the true damage units. This one can do alright damage, and Celebi is kind of meh. So, like, you don't have a lot of good options when you go grass for, like, transitioning your items onto a legendary. So you're kind of relying on either the cat, like fully evolving the cat and building it correctly, and then we get Kartana. Yeah, we'll do that. We have this steel guy to match with it, at least. It might be even worth moving these items onto it and then ditching the bug. Yeah, I think I might do that, actually. We'll go 9 grass now. Stick this on you. We can put you in over this. Stick you in the corner. Yeah, I don't mind Celebi as just a way to get a 6th floral in, while also like splashing grass. But you can't really rely on Celebi to carry unless you're giving it attack speed items, because it has decent base stats for an attack speed build, but it also doesn't have like a scaling ability that would want the attack speed, so to speak. Okay, should be able to beat this guy. Yeah, and the thing is that the Rosalina line, the Badu line, is very fragile. It's only got like 2 armor, 2 special defense. It has pretty low HP. So if your opponent has any AoE damage on their team, it goes down pretty quick. There's not really much you can do about it. Oh, I don't have a just Ditto in here. There we go. Okay. Let me just push up. I still have HP to play with. We'll just rush to 9. But yeah, Rillaboom is a really good finisher on the team. It adds a lot of utility to the team at the end. It's hard to itemize it though. Alright. So yeah, we just need to get some Evos. Can I make use of any of this? Probably want this. Okay, not getting that. I can grab this for some tankiness. Partner that with the Torterra's ground when we start digging some holes. Stick this on you. Probably want this off the team. Still weak. This is weak. We'll put this here. Okay, there's a Greeky. Yeah, they are a good AoE pick. The big issue, right, is that Grass just doesn't have a lot of scalability on damage because it's more of a defensive thing because of its passive. So it's better at like stalling. And the big problem is that if you're playing a stally style, then you want things that like scale you very well, and there isn't a lot of overlap synergy with that. Like there's some sound synergy, but with the Lotad and Grookey, but there isn't a whole lot of speaking of, I'll throw that in right now. There isn't a whole lot of like there's Monster, right? But there isn't a whole lot of scalability in Grass. It's mostly just a stall war, a war of attrition when you're playing Grass. That's why it usually doesn't get you to the late game incredibly well. Like, it can carry you into the top 4, but it's very rare that you can pull off a first place win with Grass. Unless you get really lucky. I do like that, like, with new Grass, the way it is, you can push really hard and just try to hit key intervals where you're hitting 3, 5, 7 really fast. So it allows you to push up a lot quicker and then just be above the curve power line wise. Still, as I said, there's the fall off in the late game, but when people start catching up to you in power, but the healing, if you can hit 7 while people are still like on 5, the healing bonus of getting 25 HP every 2 seconds is gonna put you into a league where people can't really compete with you in the early game. The big problem is that Grass kind of falls off hard in the late game. So unless you've kind of scaled fairly well, and you got really lucky with units and stuff, the late game just doesn't pan out as well usually. But I've always liked playing Grass because I can usually get into the top 4 with it, which is usually what I'm trying to aim for. We can put this on the Grookey. It's actually one of the items you can itemize them with. I think we just... I don't have an extra Grass at the moment. And we can put in Bulbasaur. We'll just do this and put in bulb in. Should probably put this spoon on somebody. Jeez, this guy's kind of doing the same thing. The super tanky Katarina in the front. He's got the sound stuff going. This is the 1050 to 11 something lobby. Oh, we can put this in. This is going to be better than you. We don't have the fighting synergy anymore. Yeah, I don't need that in. Oh, jeez. Didn't we just fight this guy? Are there two people playing the same comp? Well, we're at least in top 4. That's all I can ask for. I swear we just played this guy. The same exact units. Okay, well, whatever. I'll take a 3rd place. I wasn't totally paying attention to that game, so I was spending my time talking to you. I'll take 3rd with kind of half concentrating. Five elo, now I'm at 1150. Nice, nice. I guess I don't really want to go up into the next lobby, but there isn't one active. We'll just jump into this one. Yeah, I know. I was like, those are the exact same units from last match. Why am I fighting them again? Yeah, I wasn't sure what I was doing with that game. I was just kind of doing the bug route because I saw it. And then we transitioned into full grass. Kartana's pretty good. As a legendary. The big issue is that there isn't a whole lot of steel overlap in grass. Besides that one extra unit that we had. So that was at least, you know, some good power output, because that's an extra 33% damage on Kartana. True damage. The big problem with grass is that besides the monster synergy and the floral synergy, it doesn't have another alternative path that links with it very well. And floral, as much as I like floral grass, floral and grass don't really complement each other very well, because it's just a big stall war, and you want things to die for the floral units to come out. And then, yeah, it's stalling a bit so that those units can do damage because you have extra units, but you're essentially just replacing a unit with a unit when you're playing floral, which is the issue. Yes, you got more HP and damage output, but it's like both of them kind of do the same thing. Both of them kind of can carry you in the early game, but kind of fall off in the late game. Yeah, Ferrothorn is the thing I had. I had the little, but it's. I think there's only that, and I'm trying to think if there's another grass steel. I think those are the only two. What we got here? I'm gonna take ground. Yeah, but as I said, with grass, damn it, gonna have to take a black classes. I don't want to. Celesteela. If I'm playing Floral, the legendary I want to see is Xerneas. Xerneas barely ever does me wrong when I'm playing Floral. But usually I get Celebi and I'm sad. Oh yeah, you're talking. Yeah. Celesteela. Yeah. That's the that new tanky one. But yeah, you can't match that with the other fellow. Yeah, Xerneas is so good. You don't even need to give it items in it. It does pretty good damage. Yeah. The fact that it gives light and it's also fairy, and then it gives fairy terrain as well. It just gives so it just has, and then it buffs itself over time, and it's a 3 range unit. It makes it really strong. And the fact that it can just give the light synergy to we want. I'll take ice. We want. And we'll sell these back. Yeah, the fact that it can give light to Floral is really good too. Because you can partner it with Cherrim. And then if you get like Sunflora or something like that, then you can get the 3 light fairly easy, or the Mantis also works. What are we doing? Ground? I'll just take another ice then. It's gonna be a lot of ice. I want seeds. Let's stick this guy in. And maybe I'll just do this for the power. Screw rock. Salt vest. I'm thinking about wide lens maybe. Because I do like wide lens on Rhydon at the end and having a backline Rhydon. Sucks we haven't seen Mudkip. Every time I get a ground region, I never frickin' see it get put in the shop. Okay, there's Mudkip. Diglett. Diglett's not the greatest unit. It does have some pretty decent stats early game, though. So we'll grab it. Stick it in. I'll get rid of you now. Stick you in, we'll put you in. And we'll hold this. Yeah. I like it. Because then you can get him really big. Really big in the back, getting his executes off. Give it a loaded dice or something to get the extra luck chance on his, is it ability called Fissure? Pretty sure it's Fissure. Oh no, it's Horn Drill. Yeah. And then just give him like something to help him with casting or something, like an Aqua Egg or a Stardust, so you can cast faster. Ooh, Steel Gem. It's pretty good. Yeah. It's a little bit hard to pull off a good monster ground because you got Turtwig, Rhydon, and Gible. So you only got the 3, but if you can get the Sandile from the egg route, and then you get Groudon, and then you just splash in a 9th unit in your 9th slot. guy's just got too much normal. I've noticed a lot of players have been spending their money to go up to 5 lately. I'm also not itemized, so I'm gonna do this then. Looks like I'm gonna build a Pokédoll. I wish you luck. I think Bug needs a buff, and I hope that a patch comes out that buffs it, because I think, like, Bug way back in the day, like, I've mostly only played it for the last Pokemon Auto Chess for like the last 6 or so months, but I do remember picking up the game like very early on in the stages of its creation, and then I put it down for a while. But early Bug, like a long time ago, was really strong, but it definitely has lost some of its luster over some of these other synergies just getting a lot more powerful over time. Let's put this in over the Swinub. I find Bug, the strength of Bug usually is more just splashing it into another composition than actually, oh, I didn't notice I got an extra unit. Splashing it into another synergy rather than trying to go full 8 Bug. So I really hope that, I feel like Bug is another one of those ones where the Bug legendaries are just kind of meh. Like they're not terrible, but they're not amazing either. We could put this in. This is super early. Gives us the Rocks energy. It just doesn't do much when... Yeah. And the big problem is that Bug gets countered by Monster, too. Because Monster just eats all the, like, low HP bugs. So you can't really, like, as soon as you see, like, that there's another Monster player that's going to make it into the top 4 with you, it's like, well, you know, you lost the game. So there's not much you can do against a Monster that just itemizes properly. They're just going to eat all your bugs. Yeah, cool. Gimme Cool coin. I love getting Gimme Cool coin. Okay, cool. These are exact items I want for the ride on. This might be a hard push game to 8 then. I can put these on the Rocky Rollo as well. We can pick up this as another ground. I have plenty of ground portals to play with. Maybe I should have got this one, but I don't like getting the unique ground rock. I think I want Oathworm. I don't like this guy as much as some of the other ones, but he's not... I've sold him a couple times because he might actually do good with the protective pads, actually. Let's just drop this. I'll leave him in the dirt, too, so that he gets the extra bonus. We're gonna just push hard. Yeah, and I can put these items on this guy for now. Don't have something to do with the steel gem at the moment. Hopefully we get Steelix. Need Onyx in the pool. I guess I could run Nose... No, but Nose Pass isn't going to do damage. If we get Steel Region, we can make the Steel Diglett, but I don't think that that's going to have the power output that I want. Too much bugs. that's a good item to pick up. Okay, I'm gonna get the... Yeah, I'll get this. Yeah, Wiglet's pretty good. Actually, we'll keep this here. Do we want to keep Bonsly? Okay, no Onyx. Because we could keep Bonsly because it turns into a monster when it evolves. And then we could partner that with a Rhydon. Do we... And then we could maybe put in this rock fossil to get the fossil for... Maybe we don't do a full ground game. Okay, this is alright for now. I do want this extra seed if we can. Okay, no seed for us. And probably... Heart scale, then we can make... Yeah. We can partner these items with the Pokédoll. We don't have access. Oh, we still have the Mudkip then. Okay, we're just pushing. Maybe we bring this out now. I'll put this on the Rhydon instead. Swap this around and stick you in. That way we get an extra unit. Okay. Here also a rock fossil. I think that I forget what this thing's called, because I didn't play this generation. Carbink. And Diancie. Okay, interesting. I liked ground before they changed it, and then I've gotten used to it now, but if you like rewind back to my old videos that I have on the channel, I was complaining so much when ground first came out because I just did not understand how to play it. But now that I've gotten more accustomed to positioning, or like how you want to dig holes, what units you want to have in your composition, what items you could potentially dig up. I do like it. It's good. I feel like you kind of have to get lucky with it a little bit, though, for it to actually, like, shine. Where you can get a top victory with it a lot of the time, but... Especially because these stupid, sound, normal teams. But, yeah. I like it. I think it's good. I think I like it because you don't have to play it. And it's got power even if you don't play it. Where you actually like go full into ground. You can literally start the game with Geodude and Swinub on the board, dig up something cool like a gem or a get lucky and get a gem or a tool item, and then just pivot into some other cool composition that you couldn't normally do just because you dug up that item in some other synergy, which I think is pretty awesome. So I do like the flexibility of ground being in the game. And I think one of my most recent videos, I dug up the ground helmet in water, and I was able to make a ground front line with 4 ground in the front with a water stone on a Hippopotas. That was a crazy game. Okay, we'll grab the Diglett, stick this in. That one was crazy fun. Yeah, like all ground is fine. I think it works. I think the big issue is like I think all ground works, but you have to get lucky. You have to get like the right things dug up. You have to line up your synergies well. You have to get the right unique, the right legendary, and then it works. You get the right items too. I think it just relies a little bit too much on too many synergies and stuff going correctly. Because, like, I don't mind Great Tusk, but I honestly don't. Like, I ended up selling it in 2 of my games where I had it. Because I just felt like it was too weak that I could have transferred the items onto somebody else and made use of them. But I do like Oathworm. Oathworm's a really good ground unique. And Dunsparce can be good, but it takes a while to get good. Obviously, Torterra is not the greatest unless you want to splash fire into ground. I can put this here for now. I think I'm being a little too greedy, but I want to try to get to 8 as fast as possible. Yeah, the problem is that a lot of the ground units, you don't have a lot of good early ground units is a bigger issue. Like an early Piloswine's decent, but and with the nature of how ground kind of operates, where it's it gets the raw stats of defense and special defense for being in the holes, and then the ground weather condition, it's kind of better at stalling because it gets the raw attack power as well, but a lot of ground units don't have like very fast attack speed, so they're kind of just like, you know, punching fairly slowly. Hey, Crick Thicket, how's it going? Oh yeah, we can put this on you. We get a revive. Okay, we should be able to beat this guy. Or not. Yeah, it's because I'm being a little too greedy. This is not going to pay off for me. I do this too much when I play ground. I think this is the main problem. Because ground kind of incentivizes you to want to push hard because you want to get as many ground units in to start digging as many holes as possible, but I think sometimes you just need to relax and get some more powerful ground units on the board. Okay, we're gonna push up to 8. Stick in this Bonsly, I think. I'll stick it up front here. I didn't get it off in time. I wanted that extra power. And I don't have enough AoE to beat this team. The power of bugs. Looks like I'm gonna get a low placement in this match. Too bad. I'm gonna drop down quite a bit. So I think I'm one of the highest level people in the lobby. Okay, we can start rolling out. Teddy Ursa's cool. Definitely better than Diglett. Porygon in for now. And Fanfita gets... Oops. Fanfita get Wild Active. Sure. I'm gonna need the Turtwig if we're doing the ride-on thing. Another revive is not bad. Let's grab... That's the only ground we got. Probably want that, yeah. Groudon. Sure. I'm gonna want rock though. Guess I'll drop bug for now. And maybe, yeah, we want Gible because we want monster. Yeah, this is where I'm in that awkward position. Let's sell the Tusk. We're gonna stick this on Groudon. Let's put in Gible. Gible can dig some holes. Screw it. It's not gonna be good enough. That's bad. Okay. Whatever. I was playing a little too greedy. Shouldn't have pushed up so hard. Yeah, the Tusk just wouldn't work. The problem with Tusk that I have is that it's pretty good at carrying you through the early game because it does have that a lot of raw power, and it does that the straight line tackle attack that it skirts through things and does a bunch of damage. So it gives you the kind of AoE damage that ground wants early. But I feel because of how it works, because it also nerfs your defensive stats when it runs through targets, it's harder to keep it alive into the late game unless you're able to splash in the fossil synergy to kind of give it an extra life. What do we do here? Grass again? I'll take a light portal. When you don't know what to do, play light. I usually end up selling Tusk because like ground doesn't overlap with fighting very well. And if you're trying to make a... Gotta disconnect for some reason. Hello? Oh, is it that the new patch came out? Okay, 1 second. Hold on. Just in case. I need to leave the game and see. We're just going to be on a black screen for a moment. Yeah, yeah. So the servers are down. They're putting the patch in. That's what I imagine's happening. Okay, I'm gonna quickly play one. Yeah, I could check the Discord too. I have it open up on my other computer. Where is it? Server stats. New updates coming in 4 minutes. Expect some downtime. Yeah, that's what it says. Okay, I'm gonna just quickly boot up Backpack Heroes real quick and just play one quick run of that. And then hopefully the servers will be back up. Yeah, you're wanting to play on the new patch. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of people showing up to my stream lately. Normally, I'm just here by myself. It's quite enjoyable. Got to play with Max last night. Um, that was fun. Got to watch him beat this one guy, and then I beat that guy the next match, which was pretty cool. I don't want any of those. Okay. What was I talking about before the crash thing happened? Normally, I could cause you to play whenever. Yeah, I would like to stream in the middle of the day, but far too busy with work and stuff in the middle of the day. So if I could somehow get this channel going, then I'll switch my stream schedule around, or I can find a job that allows me to stream in the middle of the day. Then I will do that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I was talking about Great Tusk. Yeah, that the problem with Great Tusk because he just got added in. Was it the last patch or yeah? It was the last patch. Um, yeah, he has a lot of power early on. Like when you immediately get him on a legendary round, he definitely adds a lot of power to your team. And then because the nature of how his ability works, he like nerfs himself because every time he tackles something, he lowers his defense and special defense. It's hard to keep him alive. And I've seen other players pull off a build like a more durable build with like not using. You don't want to use. Obviously, you don't want to use items that grant defense and special defense because then you're just going to be nerfing those items. But if you use like seed based items to give him more stat, like more health, like max revives or whatever, and then like give a fossil stone to one of your other ground units, um, it allows you to. Yeah, yeah. Ground is definitely not about casting that much. It's about it's better to be using if you can get away with it. The best items in my opinion on a ground carry is doing the flame orb to buff your base attack and stuff like red orb and stuff because a lot of the ground units have really they have decent attack power stat and then you get the extra attack from the hole being fully dug, so you're going to get a lot of raw attack power. So you're just kind of doing these one big hit punches with your ground units essentially. And then the other advantage of being ground is in the late game you activate the sandstorm, which is just doing constant ticking damage to everyone that's not ground on the field. So being durable and lasting a long time and just hitting them for these big punches is kind of what ground does best because they don't scale very well on attack speed items. Though attack speed items can help, them punch more often. And there are some okay casters in ground, but uh, like camera up. If you can make a camera up carry in ground, and it's really really good because that thing does board wide damage when it casts, but it also has a 130 PP bar, so it doesn't cast very quickly. Does twist band work? I'm not sure what that is. Twisted, twisted man. Yeah, I have that problem too. Oh, the reverse stat debuff? That could maybe work. Maybe that's what I saw, because I saw this one guy who had like a really strong tusk, and I was so like amazed by it. Because the problem is that when you're making a carry for your team, you usually want it to have decent crossover synergies with whatever other typings it has, and then you're trying to splash those typings to essentially get the equivalency of an additional item on it. So if you're going like 8 ground, getting like 4 steel, and then having all of your itemized units being in steel allows them to get both ground and steel. But the issue with Great Tusk is he's fighting and fossil, and there's no other synergy with fighting ground, so you're not going to get that overlap. And fossil, you can get to work, but there isn't like that I can think of. There isn't a specifically a ground fossil unit that you can just pick up to partner with it. So you're going to need to make fossil stones, but it's fine because the odds of you digging up fossils while digging holes is pretty high. So there's a good chance that you can get a fossil stone. Sorry, should be doing stuff. This is taking a lot of brain power. I have to think about what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. That's the main issue with Tusk. That's the only reason I don't particularly like it, is that its other synergies don't overlap very well. But its early game capabilities are definitely really good, because when you immediately get it, it has a lot of raw oomph right off the bat. So usually when I pick up Great Tusk, I would rather see Oathworm. I like Oathworm a lot better as a unique. Um, he just scales over the course of the game a whole lot better. Dunsparce is fine, but you have to get the holes dug up. And as you saw in the match that I just did, if you get a little too greedy with it, then you lose too much health in the early game, unless you get lucky with getting the right units leveled up early to actually give you like the scalability over your opponents, so that you can actually like survive long enough into the late game. Usually, I think I have two separate. The first Great Tusk video I released on my channel, when the patch first came out, I tried Great Tusk. I think it's titled "I don't know if Great Tusk is worth it," and it has the bronze coin you can dig up from the ground in the background, because I end up selling Great Tusk at the end of the game, and I spend a lot of time deliberating right up until the very end of the match, and then I'm just like, fuck it, and I sell it because I want to put another unit in, because I just want to take the items off of Great Tusk and put them on something else. I just don't think that Great Tusk. It's like Halucha. I think Halucha's fine when you immediately get it. And I have seen some people build like a pretty durable damage Halucha. It's hard to get a Halucha to like scale very very well into the late game, because of the nature of its synergies being so defensive, because it's got flying, fighting, and human. So it's got three more defensible uh synergies on it, with fighting being reduced damage, flying allowing you to reposition away from enemies before they kill you, human allowing you to heal back. So yeah, it does. It's just I've always ran whenever I don't like seeing it when I see it in fighting human. It's one of my I would rather see Tyrogue every single time. Um, so I just don't, when I see Halucha, I'm like, eh, because you could partner it with Torchic and get the two flying so that it can reposition, and it does a pretty good job uh, at carrying you through the early game because it definitely, because of its three synergies so early on, it does get the kind of raw power output in the early game, but I feel like its stats and its ability, I really feel its ability kind of eventually falls off late because its ability heals itself. So it doesn't have the kind of like, raw punch that you need in fighting, because fighting's already kind of got the tankiness down with its reduced damage, and the triple defensive typings doesn't really help it, you know, be a carry on your team. So it feels like it's almost a waste keeping the items on a Hawlucha when you can move it to something else. It's annoying because you want to keep, if you're trying to play fighting human, then you can't really delete it because you need the unit just to get the synergies active. That's why I always feel so bad when I see Solucha, because it's like I want to sell it but I can't sometimes. It's kind of how I feel with Carnivine sometimes, because like you can build a carry Carnivine, but as a monster carry, there's definitely much better um, scalable monster carries in the game. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. I think they nerfed it or something, like the stats on it, because I remember fighting being just brokenly good a couple patches ago, and then recently it just hasn't felt good anymore. Hey, you think so? I'm pretty good at analyzing things. I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say like take my word verbatim. Like I clearly have not been playing this game as long as some other players have, but I've been a gamer my whole life, so, and I've always been about optimizing, and I've always had a very competitive mindset, so I overanalyze everything to death. Fighting is a normal counter. Well, it should be if they're trying to follow the like Pokemon logic. uh, is it? I imagine it could be. I'd have to think about that. I'd have to look at it. I'm not like the problem with normal is like I haven't figured out new normal, so I can't really talk on normal much. Like I know what those items that are good are because I have seen them played against me a lot, but besides that, I don't quite understand. Countered with quotation marks. Yeah, the big problem I have with fighting is that fighting human is really its only overlap, and both of those are more defensible um, typings, right? Because you get the healing on top of the damage reduction, which works fairly synergistic with each other because you get the healing back from the light damage you're taking, which is nice. But I'm gonna die here. But I can quickly check to see if the servers are back up. Because I'm not paying attention. If I was paying attention, I have to really concentrate with them playing this game sometimes. Let's quickly see if the servers are back up. Fighting fire. Yes, yes, yes. I agree with that totally. I wish there were more fighting fire. Because the bigger problem with fighting fire is you need firestones to get it to work. But yeah, no, I agree with you. If there were more connection timeout still. Um, take an hour or two. Okay. Yeah. yeah, fighting fire. If you can get some firestones, like I played a game with Max last night. I was playing fighting human in that game. I might end up publishing it. Um, I wanted a firestone. I even said it out loud when because I was trying not to say too much publicly because he was in the match with me and he was watching. He had my video open on YouTube, so I didn't want to uh say out loud what I was doing because he could counter me. But I was debating getting a firestone and putting it on my Hitmonlee. Yeah, but the bigger issue with playing fighting fire is right. You only have the monkey and you have Torchic, so you you can get fire active, but the first fire synergy is just making it so that you have a chance to auto attack on burn. So you need fire 4 active, which is a little bit harder to do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Fernape is only held back by the fact that it never scales its defense and its special defense. So giving it a wide lens makes it actually go nuts because if you can get it to just survive a super long time, then it just sits there beating everyone up. Um in fact, in the match when the last stream that I did with Max, my I didn't even level up my monkey. I just had a naked the naked first Evo of it sitting on the board with all my early game items on it because I was just using it early. It was able to yeah, yeah. That is a way to do it, is through Dragon. I totally agree with that. Um but if you can do it through Firestones too, if you're able to get two charcoal, two fossils. I forgot to level up and stick in the extra slots so I don't get those items. Um, yeah, if you can get to it where you have the 4, because the problem with the whole Charmander route with the Jamango, right, is that you want fire to be on your carries, right? So if you and since there's no fire fighting, is there is there a fighting fire legendary? I don't think there is. No, I don't think there is. There is the Tapig though. If you go baby route, that thing's really strong. That's what I like when I can go through that route. Because then you get fighting, fire, and wild all on one thing, and then it has Hitmonchan's ability on it, which is really strong. I definitely that's probably the best way to end up playing fighting is to go through the baby angle and get the Tapig. Oh yeah, yeah, right. You could do the Chimchar carry, yeah. And even the Torchic is actually not too bad either. Um, if you can get Blaziken because it does extra damage to things that are burnt. So the big issue is now though that you're gonna have to rely on rolling in the shop to get those as carries, right? Because you're gonna need the third to have them really scale really well. You're gonna want the third tier version of them. So you're gonna have to be rolling for them. Sadly, Tapig has never worked for you. I think there's been some games I've lost with Tapig, but I've definitely won more with Tapig than I've lost. Because what I do when I get Tapig is I always will splash in Darmanitan, and and I have that in mind the second I see Tapig, because I'm like, oh, perfect, I can put in Darmanitan because Darmanitan has Wild and Fire, and so does Tapig, and so I just splash in Darmanitan as my ninth unit on the team, and Darmanitan's really fucking strong if you build the correct items on it. Always try to go for 7 hatched mons. Oh, like 7 baby? Is that what you're saying? I very rarely ever go for 7 baby. I would like to. It's hard to pull off though. I don't want to risk waiting that long and then losing too much HP. I usually just use baby. Was it you that I was talking about before? You've been in my chat before, right? We were talking about babies last time. No, 7. Are you talking about like 7 baby Pokemon? Were you in my chat before we were talking about? Really? Okay. There was another guy that came in, and I could have sworn it was you, because I think I recall your name. You haven't been in my chat before. Oh, you've commented on one of my videos, right? That's where I remember your name from. There was a guy that came in. Oh, are you talking about like? Oh, you're talking about like having all babies on the board, like hatching 7 eggs. Is that what you're saying? Okay, well, I'm glad if you're saying my videos are good because I'm hypercritical of my own content. So I think all my videos are shit. But yeah, because I was talking with another guy who came into my stream one time when I was streaming, and he was asking me how to play baby. Because he was like, "Hey, what would you suggest I do to like increase my or like be better at the game?" And then I was just like, "Well, it's hard for me to answer that because with no information, I can't really tell you what you're doing wrong." And so he was like trying to give me some information, and he was like, "Oh, how do you play baby?" And I was like, because he's like, I try to play baby, but then I'll get the baby, and then I'll have taken too much damage, and then I can't transition into it very well, yada yada. And then I said to him, usually when I play baby, I have a baby in mind that I want because I already have the units on my bench that synergize are starting to build around the synergy. So what I'll do is I'll look for that baby, and if I don't find it, then I'll just use baby as a income boost because you're getting the money for being on a losing streak, because when you go into it, just like a winning streak, you also get money on a losing streak. So you're gonna be getting the extra gold for losing, and then you can also sell the eggs if you're not planning on using the babies to get the income jump. So you're essentially just trading health for money in that case. So that's usually how I'll use baby if I don't find the baby. But usually I get pretty lucky where I'll like be like, okay, I want this baby, and then I'll get it. And then I'm also pretty good at hard switching. So like I'll see a baby and I'll go like I'll see a seismic toad or something and I'll be like, okay, I can make that work. Yeah, that's typically how I play baby because I just I don't I like I'm pretty confident that I can pivot, but sometimes like if you're not prepared to pivot correctly, you can lose the Gyarados, and that'll set you way too far back. Or 7 baby if you can. Yeah, I would love to get 7 baby. I think I've done it one match. 7 baby is incredibly hard to pull off because the bigger issue of going 7 baby is you want to do it as early as possible, so that because the early pretty much the earliest you can get 7 baby active is going to be after Gyarados, right? Unless you get like super fucking lucky, there's no way you're getting it before Gyarados. So the problem is you're going to have to put it in after Gyarados. And the problem with putting it in after Gyarados is now everyone has their unique. And so they're going to start punching you really hard. So you're not going to have a lot of HP to play with after Gyarados, because you're just going to start losing a ton of HP after Gyarados. So you really need that golden egg as soon as possible. So pretty much, uh, unless you're getting one of the baby uniques, it's very hard to get the baby active to baby 7 after Gyarados, unless you get really lucky. And then you have to get lucky with the golden egg. And then you have to make something out of whatever you're getting from the item. So it takes like baby 7 is what I would only suggest very 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 specialized good solid people who understand the game play, because of just how much thinking is involved with getting it to work. Like you could get really lucky and get a really good item out of it, and you could get really lucky and you get a Pokemon out of the egg that works well with your team. Yeah, like you pretty much have to get like super lucky for baby 7 to work for you. I think I have one video where I did baby 7. Okay, I'm just gonna let that guy go. I can't afford to take that much damage. But I don't mind playing baby. You'll see you'll see in a lot of games I'll go, "Oh, I'm going to take the light portal in case I get baby." And the whole reason I say that every single time is because of the strategy I just told you I do, where I'll have a baby in mind, and if I don't get it, then whatever, we'll just play whatever I'm getting offered, and we'll just pretend like we didn't play baby and get a little bit of an eco boost, so that I can kind of scale. I can use my HP as a resource to scale a little bit ahead of everybody else. Okay, yeah. Thanks for chilling with me. It was fun talking with you. I love analyzing, so you're asking good questions and saying things that are making me talk. So thank you for chatting. Have a great night. Okay, what does he want? Bow? I can give him a bow. That's a good bow. Okay, well, I get the heal. Okay. Let's kill this one first. Can I afford? Yeah, I can. I get block when I take damage, so I can afford to get smacked by him. I could maybe do a bow build now. Is this row, right? That's parallel, yeah. Not the one I want to see. That's much more damage at the moment, though, so we'll drop this over the wooden sword. This will slowly heal me over time, so I don't need the big chunk of healing at the moment. Could sell right here. Ooh, well, we have this bow. But we get the arrows, so we could get that active. Okay, we'll sell this now. Maybe we'll get the bow active. I can drop this. I could still keep this for now. We'll sell this. I got another one. That's interesting. Could almost run like a 2 Vorpal Blade and then just stack damage boosts on them. Because the disadvantage of running Vorpal Blade is that when you use it, it costs more energy. So, but if you have 2 copies of it, then you can just use it 2 separate copies. But this is a really good bow. So I haven't done a good bow build in this game for a while, so maybe we just drop, especially since we got the 2 arrows. This isn't as good at the moment. That's slightly more damage. Okay, should be good. We will do a self-damage and bow build. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Hopefully the servers will be back up after I'm done with this run. Play one more game of Pokemon Auto Chess on the new patch before I call the stream. Okay. We'll grab that for extra damage. That for some healing. What do we have here? This is the curse guy. I don't want a curse. I can sell one more item at the shop. So we'll sell that because it's a rare quality. Oh no, he doesn't want any more. Okay, sold all the items to him. On to the next floor. And we can pop that. This is going to nerf my shield. Oh, this should be fine. I think we're a little bit above the power level. We need more arrows because this thing can fire up to 6 arrows because it's a legendary bow and it fires each arrow to the left and right of it. So I think there's one other bow that's better than this one, but it's not from the base game. It's from a mod pack that I've downloaded that's added a couple extra items, which I think this item is a part of as well. I think it's called like Faraway mod or something like that. There's 2 big item mods for this game that add a bunch of extra. Okay, well that's perfect. I'll put that in. So this thing triggers every time a bow next to it is used. So that's the perfect item for our build because the blacksmith that you can get on every floor has a chance of giving a rage buff, but it can only be applied to melee weapons. It can't be applied to these arrows because they don't have the melee tag added onto them. So this allows you to have scalability with a range build by putting the rage effect on that weapon. Oh, is this? Oh my god, the build is coming together. This thing is so good. Do I have definitely have enough money? Okay, we got self damage. This thing gives energy when you take damage. I rarely ever see this thing when I'm playing self damage build. Okay, I have a feeling that this is going to be super easy, especially now that I'm not being distracted. So I can actually concentrate on my plays. I can sell this. Got some extra luck so we can get some better high quality items off of the encounters. Okay, move everything back. I would like to get some more arrows so we can do more damage. I need to move this down here. Okay. I don't think I can fit this in the build. I'll take this though to top us off healing wise. Okay, cursed chest. We don't want to open that. I will do that event after we fight this thing. All right. I'll wait to heal later. Let's get rid of the slug. Take 3 damage from that, but that'll be fine. Yeah, we get a ton of energy because of the damage taking. We'll use the heal to top us off. And take out the rats. Still no arrows. That's fine, we'll find some eventually. Hopefully. Okay, we'll do... Actually, let's see if the rage is here yet. Armor, claw structure. Nope. Alright. Cards. Okay, there's an arrow. Find the other one, please. Thank you. That one's a pretty good arrow, too. I think it was this one and this one. Okay, good. We'll stick this on the top. And move these down here. Yeah. So this one applies the freeze effect to enemies, which is really good because that's another way to scale damage. Because for every freeze that's on the enemy, all other weapons deal 1 more damage per freeze. So this arrow is actually pretty good for scaling, and this is also a part of the Fairlands Dwelling mod pack. So it's one of the special additional things. The reason I downloaded the mod pack was like, and I was just getting bored of the regular items in the game because some of the synergies, like self damage, and there's a couple other ones like building the like structure items that just don't scale very well, and they kind of just need a little extra oomph. And so this mod pack adds in a lot of additional items that scale with those synergies, so it actually makes a lot of them more viable. Where like some of them can be viable, but you have to get really lucky. With the mod pack, you get a bunch of additional items that allows you to scale into a position where you can actually pull off some of these synergies and stuff like this. This thing's really cool. It creates poison potions and reduces your energy. I've never got an actual build for this to work because you'd want to do some kind of like potion build, but it's really hard to get all the items that are required for that. I don't want to hold on to this because it's going to lower our energy, but I would like to hold on to it because I want to sell it for money, but that's fine. Yeah, we can finish off the fight. Okay, I don't want that. We'll pick up the key. check if this chest is open with a key. No. We have enough damage output. I don't care about clearing out the backpack. Because how arrows work is they get additional damage based on every empty space on the other side of it. So they scale up if you have a more naked backpack. So it's better to run a build that removes stuff from your inventory like consumables if you're planning on playing with a bow, or just keeping the spaces open. This is really good for bow build because of the rage effects. I could squeeze that in. We'll maybe grab it before we leave the floor. I won't put it in right now because I don't have any mana stones. We do need to get a way to heal us because we are slowly losing HP over time because of the egg timer that we have. Because this thing deals damage to us, but then it heals us back for 2 HP. But this thing will deal 2 damage to us every turn, so we're having a net loss, or we're having a net exact if we only do 1 round, but if we do more than 1 round, then we're starting to lose HP. So I'm gonna need to find a way to heal myself permanently on my board. Shiv. Oh yeah, I totally forgot we still have the amethyst in. Could do that to buy some food. Do you have rage? No, you don't have rage. And sure enough, I get the sword, and I probably won't ever get the rage. Okay, we can open the treasure chest. And that sells for a decent amount. And a brick. And I don't want the brick. Sell this. Sell this. Okay, we'll grab. I can't sell anymore. We'll grab this because it gives us the scalability on rage. We just need some mana stones now. Should be able to beat this boss no problem. Because we got the scalability with the frost. And we should sure enough have enough damage to kill him. Yep. Any of these items worth it? I don't really like this thing. It's okay to hold on to for a couple rounds, but you have to shuffle it around your backpack because every end of combat it like makes a negative space that it can't go back into, but it gives you 1 extra energy, which is pretty nice. The big problem is that you have to slowly shuffle it around your backpack every combat encounter, which can be kind of annoying, but it's fine in a range build like ours because we're gonna have some empty spaces anyways. It's a lot harder to make this thing work in an actual build that's relying on a lot of more synergistic stuff where you want a lot of items touching each other. Because you need to shuffle it around the backpack. Sometimes it has to be in an awkward position where maybe you want some items touching each other and it's a lot harder to get it to work because of this thing needing to move all the time. But it's fine. Usually I'll just pick it up for a couple rounds, move it around, and then when I run out of spaces where I want to put it, then I'll just throw it away or sell it at a store. So we could pick this up because I think we're gonna keep the block because we got the gloves right now, and then we could do this. It does take up 2 slots in the inventory though. if you end your turn with 0 block, add 1 energy. So it would synergize pretty well with the Precious Necklace because we'd get a bunch of energy on the following turn, which is pretty good. But this one just gives us flat energy at the beginning, which I think is much better for the build at the moment because we have the burst power to just end the match in the first round. Especially if I can get some more arrows because this thing is still not at its max power because I can still have 3 arrows on the other side of it. Magma Core is definitely a lot harder to do than Frozen Heart. Boss-wise, the bosses on Magma Core are a lot harder. As well as I think the base enemies that you can encounter on the floor are much harder, in my opinion. We got countdown things, and I definitely want the HP, so we're going to go this way. Okay, this is one of the easiest encounters because these things never unfreeze until you attack them. So unless you have AoE damage, they will just stay frozen, and you can just beat them up while they're frozen. Okay, so as you can see, there's a red square there now. I can never put this item back in that square. Well, we're not really using this thing, so this thing can replace it because it's getting buffed by this thing. So it does slightly more damage than this, which is nice. Usually I carry around a shiv because there's a handful of enemies that have like the bunny rabbit crossbow units that have the dodge buff on it, and you can use your shiv to, because it costs 0 energy to use, to break the avoidance so that you're not wasting damage on breaking it. That's why I usually always carry around one of them on me. Alright, we can do this. Perfect. Don't want that. Don't want any of that. We'll just leave it. Fight this guy. Uh-oh, we're gonna take a little damage. Okay, does this heal? Yeah, it does. So does this. Okay, we got another arrow. I can drop the key. We're gonna have to move everything slightly. Here, this goes here. Stick this here and this here. Okay, we're a bit clogged up at the moment, but it's fine. We can make some adjustments if need be. We'll go fight this encounter. And use up these items. And we'll get rid of the wizard. And we have so much damage output, it doesn't matter. Okay. Move everything back a bit. This has heal over time. I don't think we need it though. So we pretty much just have so much damage output at the moment. We can do this because it heals. We'll stick this in with it because it gets a little bit more healing if there's another consumable item in the thing. This will also give it more healing. Perfect. I don't have a key to open that. What was this? Oh yeah, that guy. Weapon, shield, armor, no rage. Right, unless I get rage on this last floor before the final boss. No rage for us. We're just gonna get the rage from our rage ring. Okay, can I kill all of these guys in one turn? Because I'm gonna add some fire to myself. I can kill all the ones that are dealing damage. For sure. Yep. Almost get the full kill. Perfect. Ooh, okay. I got heal ability now. Awesome. Okay, we'll just readjust slightly. We'll stick this here. That way it's touching all 3 of these arrows. So the gemstone of heart makes it so that if a weapon that it's touching kills an enemy, it will heal you for 8. So now we have some healing, which we were sorely lacking up until this moment, to make up for the damage we're taking every turn. So I don't think we're going to have any problem with the final boss. I take a little bit of damage, but we'll heal it back, probably with the heart gem. Unfortunately, I think this killed it both times. Okay, that's another shiv that we can pick up and sell because it's a rare item. Move this here, stick that there. And okay, we'll go to the shop. Sell this. Sell this. We'll move this over here so that we have as little in this row as possible. So both of these arrows are getting buffed for having empty spaces. And then we'll fight this elite guy that's chasing us now. Okay. Actually, it might be more worth it, now that I think of it, to move this up here because we have 2 weapons here, so this buffs that, and then I can just move the dagger up here with it. Yeah, that works. And we'll take that because it's a consumable weapon that will get buffed by this, and we can remove it from the inventory. And then we'll go do the rest of these combat encounters. And we don't need to use the fish. Okay. I want that. That's a small space arrow. So you can hit the reorganize button up in the top to reorganize mid-combat, but it costs 3 energy to use. That allows you to grab these random items that spawn off on the corner there. Let's do a little readjustment here, because I'm probably going to take some damage. Okay, we do not take any damage. Stick this here. Okay. So now I'm firing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arrows. Plus, every time I use my bow, I also use this. So I got some good damage output. If I can get one more short arrow that we can stick here, then we have the whole thing. If not, it's fine. We can just do some little readjustment and like pivot this, or I can open up some spot when we level below so that the sword's touching it. I also can just do, because the arrows don't need to be touching, I just have to have the sword touching, I can just adjust the bag around a little bit. This is a pretty good shiv. It's added in the faraway mod. So it's scaling shiv that scales based on what floor you're on. So it does an extra damage every floor. So we're on 8th floor plus the, how much? Oh, it's because it's getting buffed by the gem. So it's doing 8 damage plus 2 from this. So this is a pretty cool scalable shiv item that was added in the mod. Shiv build's pretty awesome. Okay, we don't have enough damage output to beat him on the first round. Don't think this matters because we're just going to kill him now. Don't think I want to put in any more mana stones. Do we want a key? We have like 4 chests. Sure, we'll grab both the keys then. We'll just quickly check all the chests. Cursed chest, key chest, regular chest, regular chest. Okay. Open this one. Oh my god, I got another one. Well, I think we're just gonna destroy the final boss then. So I don't need the key anymore. We'll hold on to the fish. Probably don't need this necklace anymore, but we do have one more fight. And also there's a chance of getting the mimic hermit crab. I don't know if they're mimics, but they're like a hermit crab. Whenever you click on a chest, there's a chance of getting the hermit crab. I could make room for this. Oh, you're back? The new patch is out now? Okay. I got just the final boss to do, so I will do it right after. I will jump in and get one match in on the new patch. You know what the new patch is about? What's getting buffed? Or are you going back to bed? Because I think they did like they did a stream where they talked about it. It's a human buff. You want to try? Yeah, sure. I can do a classic game with you. Low stakes is fine. Just let me defeat the final boss. I should be able to destroy the boss super easy with the current build we have. But yeah, I can do a classic game. I'm not. I only started doing rank because I like playing with I like the way I make sure that I improve at a game is I try to play people who are better than me at it. Because the quickest way to learn a game and get good at it and get better at it is by playing someone who has more knowledge than you do at it. Because even if they're not telling you how to do it, a huge they nerfed ice. Well, Max is gonna be super happy because he was bitching about that when we were playing the other game. I don't particularly care about ice too much. Yeah, I have to go. Like normally, this is when I would end the stream at 2 o'clock normally. So either I play a match with you and go till 2:30, or I can sit and go over the notes. Those are the two options. And I think that not much of a nerf. What did they do to it? Did they just nerf the? They just nerf the values. Oh, again, we're done. We're done with the boss. We won the run. Huzzah! Super easy run. Got all the best items. And we'll boot up auto chess. Let's see. Oh, that's a cool picture. They added the dolphin. I was waiting. I was wondering when they were going to add this one in. It's a unique. The freeze chance? Yeah, I guess it's a pretty good nerf. I was wondering if they were going to actually nerf the special defense. But yeah, I guess The freeze is probably the more detrimental part. There are so many matches where like it always comes down to like, oh, I'm about to win against ice, and then they get a freeze off, and I'm like, ooh, Dark Shadow Mewtwo. Interesting. Ooh, Ice Darman or Galarian Darmanitan. Ice Fire. Huh. And Tatsugiri. I hate how it does this. I think I have to refresh. Did this the last time I was looking at the patch notes. A new Gourmet. Gourmet Water. I want to see more Gourmet Fire units. Yeah, classic game? Yeah, let's play a classic game. You want to jump into this lobby? Is that you? No? Tell me which one's you. Peasant? Okay. Uh-oh. I play with that guy. Oh, I didn't... Oh, weird. It loaded anyways. We're playing down, people. Oh, well. At least it'll be a quick match then. Yeah, I have no idea what we get. Who are the new commons? Because they also rotate around some of the commonalities sometimes. Yeah, 2 of them left. And then it queued anyways. It's too bad. I'm gonna grab the ice portal. I know they just nerfed it. I'll grab it because none of you are gonna grab it. Oh my god, they moved Goomy down to common? What the hey? That helps Amorphous out though. Magnet probably. Yeah, have a good game. You can stay, I don't care. Oh, interesting. That's a new sound unit. I don't care if you eavesdrop it on me. It's not a big deal. I don't lose any elo for this. Need to refresh. Well, the first time since... I guess it's because it's the new patch. It's the first time in a while since I've seen the Pokeball... image instead of the Pokemon for a while. Okay. I'm gonna have to spend some time looking at all these units in private. Probably do that tomorrow. So I can get a kind of scope of what I need to do from now on. Getting offered all these fire units. I don't like this. Fine, maybe we'll play fire then. I want to try the new ice out. So they have a lot of new ice units, even though the new ice is nerfed. I want to try this Ice Darmanitan. It looks interesting. Okay, that's cool that there's a new field sound unit. This could be good. Oh, eggs. Okay. Do we get a new baby? I love a new baby. What do we get? Owl? Ow. Keep getting things that I don't want. Okay, let's pivot to grass, I guess. Yeah, I know. I saw that. It was on my first roster. I was very confused when I saw it. That changes a lot. Because now it's an early dragon. Like a big problem with dragon is there's not a lot of early dragons. You're gonna rely before you're relying on Charmander, Bagon, and Horsey, and now you have Goomy. Makes transitioning into dragon really easy. But it also might buff Amorphous too, because Amorphous is also one of those synergies that's really hard. Because if you get Amorphous region, there's Tynamo, but that's like the only one that you have available to you. Okay, I guess we're going grass then. Let's throw the. Oh, I have human. Disable. They changed the TM, or maybe they just colored some of them. Interesting. I don't want that. Let's put the grass in. I might hold the Litwick though, because we're getting the... Jeez, we got all the grass. I don't want this one. Maybe I could... No, disable is a melee strike, isn't it? Deals target, silences them, and chases enemy. Actually, maybe I'll just put this on the or the Brexen to help with the early game, because Brexen's ability is not very good. Anyway, we're gonna play grass. Hey, there's people that look at you in Classic? What are you doing? Oh, okay, he's playing grass, that's why. He's seeing what I'm doing. Sorry, bro. Taking your grass. You better pivot out of it. I'm a better grass player. Shinx has a pretty good water team. Or is he going aquatic? He's got Skirpy. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the Goomy. Goomy is common as a pretty strong buff, I would have to say. Maybe. Because it's going to have reduced stats now. Okay. I'm going to do this to the Brexen. We need to win this round. Okay, it looks like I'm not winning this round. Sad. Okay, we'll buy these up then. I'm getting beaten up. Okay, we got a wild player. Gorbis. Okay. Have a great night. Yeah, we're gonna do a tech speed build. Grab this. Pecha here. Okay, we're gonna level stick you in. Or stick you in and put a grass stone on you. Okay, that's interesting. A water poison unit. What does it do? Let's have a look-see. Water poison. Oh, it's a water front line. It does allow for a water poison overlap, which is nice. And we finally got our Hoot Hoot. Or Rowlet, sorry. Okay, we're down in income, unfortunately. I do need magnets. So we're gonna move this over on a Rowlet. I'm just gonna keep this on the team for now because it's this. Could probably do this for now. We don't want to line up. Let's move this around. Seed. Yeah, we can get a sticky orb for something in the front. Did we get any new grass? I don't think we did. Nope. Everything's still the same. Too bad I had to play what I'm offered. Would love to try out some of the new units. Okay. We could do Applin, or we could get funky with it because we have a grass stone. And pick up Spiritomb. But Spiritomb we kind of want to go Ghost with. But I do like Rock Ghosts. Unfortunately, we're not digging holes anymore, but that's fine. Okay. We want to go back up to 5. Let's do this. Okay, we're losing this one. Dhelma is pulling in our... Okay, we want to do this on the Spiritomb for sure. Oh, there's another steel bug now. Interesting. Okay, we want this for sure. Okay, we want to push levels because we're playing grass. I don't have an extra grass at the moment. Maybe we don't play full grass. Maybe we pivot to Ghost. We got Mischievous and we've got Cubone. So maybe I just play like 5 or 3 grass and then we just go 8 Ghosts. Yeah, because we could play Amorphous Ghost. We also have the Balloon. This guy's going the Ghost though. But he also has the Mawile, so he might pivot. Okay, I should beat this. Duskull shouldn't have anything on our Rowlet. I keep forgetting to put this on the front line. Okay, I want to grab a magnet because we need to get loaded dice. I'm gonna make an attack speed Rowlet. Okay, your grass. Hold the Ditto just in case we don't get what we need in. Stick that on our Spiritomb. I think we'll switch over to Ghost. I think that might be the play. Because that other guy's playing Ghost. But maybe he won't stay ghost. Okay, interesting. This is the new Dondozo. I'm gonna have to check them all out though. Dondozo. Do we have any new ghost units? Doesn't look like it. Ditto. Okay, we want to push levels because we want to grab all those higher tiers things. We'll stick this on you. I'm gonna lose to this guy. I wonder if that new bug is any good. Steal the bug. Oh, it's the X-Cavalier. Jesus, it gets so much defensive stats when you evolve it. Deals special damage to the target twice. First hit can crit by default, and the second hit has a 40% chance to deal poison damage. We'll grab this in case I don't get another grass unit to stick in. Okay. Alright, we get one more carousel. Let's just grab another magnet. Okay, maybe we'll just stay grass then. I don't want to try to fight that guy over Ghost. Looks like he's hard committing to Ghost. We've already got our grass thing going. We're not really competing with this guy over grass units. Well, sorta. He looks like he's going more grass. Monster. Because I've already got my grass sorted with my baby. Okay. I think we just push levels now. I could splash in 4 ghosts. No. Is there any amorphous grass? I don't think so. No. No, I don't think that plan's in. I would love to do it though. He might be a problem then. Looks like he's getting eliminated though, so I shouldn't have to worry about it. Perfect. Super tanky front line. Okay, I need an ice. Make our final item for our ghost owl. Dice back here. Don't think I need to waste our berries at the moment. Okay, this is that one guy. I would like to beat him because he's really low on HP and we want to get him out. Because I think he is a good contender for being in the late game, but I don't think he understands what he needs to be doing. Because he needs Mischievous and Ghastly on the team to get his Amorphous Ghost team going. Amorphous Ghost is so strong. I'm playing Classic, so I'm not taking this super seriously. Players in Classic are a little bit weaker than in Ranked. Simply because most of the people who play Classic don't have the game knowledge that Ranked players have. And they usually try to do more fun compositions. Because they have their idea in their head. They're like, oh, I really like this idea, I'm gonna do this. Not knowing if it's good or not. Dondozo's pretty cool though. Have to see what it does. It's good to have more gourmet in the game. There isn't a whole lot of gourmet units in the game. Okay. I'll be perfectly ready for our legendary to get socketed in. Don't have any new grass stuff. Don't think I can do anything else. Is there any more monsters added? Okay, yeah, there's the Dark Mewtwo, which is regional based. Still no new normal legendaries. Flying. Still the same. Ground. Still the same. Same. Amorphous. Sound still the same. Floral. Floral still the same. Human. So remember them that guy saying that they did something to humans, so I'll grab this. Ooh, Badoo. Don't think we're gonna use it though. I could pick it up though. Ogerpon. Actually, that works because Ogerpon turns into a rock type. And I need a rock type to partner with my Spiritomb. So, bam. And then we could box it as well. Perfect. Okay, we can do some rolling. Okay, I don't think we're gonna use Badoo. Could use Snover. We do have the monster angle in at the moment. Sure, we'll hold it. Sunstone! Now it'll always be sunny. Yeah, we'll put this in over the Turtwig for now. And we'll just put this on the low tad, why not? Hey, this might be better than that Lilligant for the moment. Hey, it's the new unit. Ditto's good. This guy's actually punching me through pretty hard. Don't think he'll win though. Yeah. We have just scaled a little too well. Do I get another grass stone? I don't think so. I'll just get green orb for our spirit tomb. So I don't have the final item on spirit tomb, right? Yeah. And we'll just stick that on spirit tomb. Don't even need to use the berries, we're doing so good. Yeah, I want Grookey for sure. Don't think I care too much about Lilligant anymore. It was good in the early game. Lotad's an upgrade. Now, as soon as we get the Grookey, we can evolve it with the 2 Dittos. I have a feeling that we're just gonna roll away with the game because we played against the... Did we play against this guy? Yeah, we played against him 2 matches ago. And everyone else is pretty low on HP. He's the only other guy that's doing as well as I am. And I don't think Wild has the ability to bust through my rock front line. So I think we've got this in the bag. As soon as we get Grookey, we'll level up to 9. It's still in the game, right? They didn't take it out? Yeah. There's been some patches where they just randomly take away one of my units, and then I am sad because I'm looking for it and I can't find it. And then I find out it's not in the game. But Gumi as a early dragon is super interesting. It also allows you to get the regional variant a whole lot easier. So you can actually play Steel Dragon Gumi a whole lot easier. Which is interesting. Yeah, we're playing the wild guy, he doesn't seem to be able to stand a chance, so I can pretty much just screw around, it doesn't matter. What is this? Expeditions. Recruit missions have Richard Drago in the final team. Exploration missions. Travel to Buried Relic 3 times in a game and get Synergy 8 or more active on the final team. Oh, is this like the titles? I don't think this was here last patch. I don't remember it being here. I'm gonna get this turtle evolved before I see Grookey. I'll just grab DC Tooth, why not? I'm not gonna evolve the Lotad anymore. Okay, we'll get that. And I'll waste a ditto on this. And we'll put this here, why not? Easy win. Don't get to showcase any of the new Pokemon, but there was that one guy with the Endozo that was pretty cool. Gives shield. If Texagreer is on the board, also provides additional stats. Deals special damage to target if the target Texagreer is swallowed. Gain the stats provided again to Texagreer. I didn't get to read it all. He had a pretty good team, got Kyogre in. It's what you want when you're playing water. There's our Grookey. Now this guy has absolutely no chance. Too bad. So sad. He had the sword from Zacian. Oh, that's pretty cool. First place against the classic lobby that didn't even have all the people in it. And unfortunately, our boy Broke Crow somehow canceled out of the lobby before the match started, so we didn't even get to play with him. Yeah. Interesting. Is this new? I don't remember this being here either. That's cool. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll just take a quick peep at the notes before I head to bed. So, human now poses a new set of powerful TMs that get increasingly stronger with each synergy level. Okay, so I'm guessing they like spaced out the TMs per tier instead of having it so the first two human slots all share the same pool and then you get the HMs at the end. Oh, cool, they added SQ into the game too. Oh, and another Bug Rock. I hate that it does that every time where it glitches out when I'm trying to scroll over them. Whatever. New Pokemon. HM's energies. Nerfed humans healing. Did you really need to do that? I don't think human was that powerful. I guess so, whatever. It'll be easier to get wild starts, but harder to find on all remaining Evos in the late game. We also removed the previous quirk of wild synergy design like incentive to roll on PvE stages or the fact behind bench one. So they changed how wild works. Benched wild Pokemon no longer contribute to the wild shop odds. That is bad, but I'm guessing they're switching this around. Wild Pokemon have a 8% chance to be found in shops during PvE stages. Okay, that's a boost. If wild is active and wild Pokemon can now be found at all stages. For each wild on the board, gain a 0.5 chance to find a wild in the shop. And then speed, base attack. I think this is a change. New effect for wild. Once below 30 HP gains shield. Okay, that is a buff, I think. The last effect was enrage before. The enrage timer happens faster for your wild Pokemon. But that never ever really happened. So it actually gets a new final wild synergy, which is nice. Or wait, this happens at wild 6. Did they change it so wild doesn't scale to 9 anymore? No, it still scales to 9. Okay, but it... Okay, I think that was just worded weirdly in the patch notes. Because it was either that or I was reading it incorrectly. Oh, okay. Nine's just in a weird place. Because all of these are lined up perfectly. Change Psychic. Unknowns appear every 5 shops. Psychic Synergy. Renamed Psychic Synergy Synapse. Okay, interesting. I do like this because I hate getting random unknowns when I'm playing Psychic, so that's a pretty good change. New abilities for the... I don't know what Pokemon that is. Goomy is known as one of the weakest of all the dragons, yet was perfect epic synergy filter. By moving it to common, our goal is to encourage players to consider dragon or amorphous angles earlier in the game. That's what I assumed they were doing. That is a definitely good change because trying to play an amorphous, deciding to try to play an amorphous team fairly early on in the game is really hard to do, and this allows for you to much easier to activate 3 dragon in the early game, and Gumi is a frontline dragon, so that's another good early frontliner. And it's a tanky dragon, which is pretty good. Dratini line is now epic instead of rare. I don't know if I like that. Because I kind of like Dratini sometimes as just a easy pickup on the rare to get dragon flying and or the aquatic in on certain aquatic teams, but that's going to hurt a little bit. Teddiurus's Fury Swipes has been changed. I don't know if that's a buff or a nerf. I imagine it's a buff because they're trying to buff wild. Magnet Pull, Melicton, I don't know what that is. Buff Glaive Rush Frigibax. I don't know what that's going to do. New patch or Fletch Enderline drops Ember on the ground when flying away. Interesting. Shadowly is now a regional variant. Okay, that's good. Instead of you having to waste a Dark Stone to turn it into Shadowlugia, that's definitely better. We will see more Shadowlugia. That is awesome. Rework Garatina. Teleport to target group of enemies dealing special damage and barrier. Garatina. I'm tired. I'm not sure what that means. I don't remember what that Pokemon is. Finally, a nerf to Lapras. I hate how good Lapras is in the early game. Nerf to Palkia. That's probably a good thing. Palkia is one of the stronger water units. That'll make me sad for when I play water, but probably necessary. Buffed Mawile. Not by much, but I guess that's good. Buff Alcremie. Well, yeah, definitely having a lower PP bar is good for Alcremie. Revert Horsey's buff from... I don't know. Reverted. Okay, so they re-nerfed Horsey back to what it was before. I didn't even know they did that, but cool. Nerf the Seal line. I guess that's a nerf. I don't know. I don't play with Seal that much. Change Blizzard for Articuno. Freezes all enemies in a 4-cell radius. Okay, that's going to be a huge nerf to Frost. So I think Articuno did the whole board before. Yeah. Yep. That's a nerf. Dark Void now deals some sleep. This is the Darkrai's ability, I think. So that's also a nerf because his thing was also board wide. Rework Draco Meteor now deals damage to the target and adjacent enemies instead of all enemies. Okay. I very rarely ever see primal or even regular Rayquaza, so I don't know. I'm imagining this is a nerf. Rework overheat. I'm assuming that is Groudon's ability. I can't remember. Rework Fairy Wrath. New ability for the Whismur line. That might be a nerf. Whismur was kind of the sound unit, so this might actually be a nerf to sound normal. Echo change. Chimecho now hits all enemies in a 3-hit radius. Okay, I don't know because I don't play with Chimecho enough. Change Astral Berry, now rush back the line. Just bounce Sploink Mickey. Nah. We'll just skip by a lot of these. Wait, Guzzlord's passive now gains double the stacks when Gourmet 4 or more is active. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, we'll just jump past all this. New effect for Flame Orb. Holder is immune to freeze. That's pretty cool. New effect for Heavy Boots. Holder is immune to locked. That's also pretty sweet. New effect to X-ray vision. Holder is immune to sleep. Don't know how effective that is, but that could be useful, especially against these normal teams that we've been playing, because there's a good chance that there'll be a Jigglypuff on the team, which puts things to sleep. So if you need a carry to not be getting locked down, you got X-ray vision now. Makes this item a lot better, because this item, in my opinion, is, besides certain very specific Pokemon, it's just a worse attack speed item than a lot of the other ones. They nerfed Mach Riven, that's good. They nerfed or changed Big Eater. The stats are now rounded down and do not apply to PP moves anymore. I don't know if that's a huge enough nerf, but I do like that they decided to target both of them because those were the problems. Partial rework, revert to electrolyzer. Base speed. Okay, it gave it speed. Okay, that's pretty cool. Remove base speed from surfboard. So now it just gives aquatic, and that's it. I mean, the surfboard was already pretty bad, and now it's worse. Okay. Dishes. Nerf to mission. Reach 8 to 9 active synergies. Okay. It's a bit harder, but I can make it work. Gimme Ghoul's coin gives a bunch of money while obtained. That's good. Reduces the price of Chansey Pokemon Egg from 10 to 7. I guess that changes the gameplay slightly. Kecleon now sells all kind of synergy items instead of just synergy stones. Also, items choose blah 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 blah. Remove Kangaskhan's encounter from Shade 17. New shiny item Red Scale. I always hate that the patch notes do this. Increases your passive income to 5 per round. Okay, that's cool. Add visual support. Add visual effect to loaded dice. Hard CC. Abilities, something about rounding down. New scribble unknown spell. Gonna have to look. I don't. Maybe I won't ever look those over. I don't really use the unknowns when I play Psychic, so I don't really know how they work very well. There was that one game I used the unknowns that I published, which was pretty cool. Add 15-day history track on Meta Report. Add key shortcut, new blah blah blah. Add more gameplay state. Add bug fix. Temporary stat buffs on. Holder lost now removed. Was not kept forever. Temporary stat buffs on Big Eater's holder when lost are now fully removed. So 25% bonus not kept forever. Okay. Shellbill and human synergy no longer heals on self-afflicted damage. Okay, that's just a weird interaction I didn't know existed. Rage status duration is no longer reduced by aquatic or odd stone. I didn't even know that was in the game. That is good to know. I guess that was if you're playing like a super tanky aquatic game where you're planning on going into the rage status, that was probably pretty bad. And odd stone. Pretty sure that's the ghost stone. But that's interesting. But anyways, I think that'll be it for the stream. I did a quick rundown. I can maybe start the next stream by looking at some of the new Pokemon. Or I might just do that off stream so that I can get a good idea of what is new in the new patch. But that's cool that they targeted normal sound because I really hated that. And I guess they also targeted ice, which a lot of other people were complaining about, but I've never really been all that concerned with ice. I usually don't have huge anti matchups against ice because I have a fairly good comprehension of how it works. There was that one game that I played with Max yesterday with that one guy who played Walrein, which was a problem for me, but I wasn't playing to beat that guy, so I was playing to beat normal sound. Plus, I just didn't clue in the whole Walrein thing till it was too late. I could have possibly prepared if I knew that he was going to be a problem. And then in the next match, we ended up playing against him, and I noticed he was going to be a problem. He was playing almost the exact same team setup, so I had the right stuff to counter him, and we were able to bust through him. But I think it's cool they added the Palafin in the game. I'm going to have to look at it tomorrow, since it hovering over it, it just uh, disappears. So we will go into the team planner tomorrow and have a look see at that. But anyways, if you watch the end, thank you, and have a great day.